Hey guys, it's me, Carrie. I know this is super not a fabulous angle, and I always look off to the side when I shoot in my car. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me that I can't figure this shit out. But I just wanted to follow up a little bit with the video I shot yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't even know. Days are blurring together because that's how exciting and, activity filled my life is. But I'm really, really, really appreciating your guys' responses to that video. It was surprisingly easy to film because I do just kind of overshare. That's my thing. I literally just seconds before hitting record commented back to my dear friend Beth that I think a lot of my openness and my vulnerability and my putting my opinions and thoughts and fears and whatever out there is a direct result of the fact that for the first 25-ish years of my life, I had nothing to say about anything of substance. I was so afraid of people rejecting me that God forbid I express an opinion that might be different than theirs, then they're going to hate me. I mean, they probably, I went with a baseline of they hate me anyway. So why would I say anything and give them more ammunition, I guess? And I've been told by a handful of people that they didn't actually hate me and they just didn't know me because I was pretty much a mute for 25 years. But I don't know. The inner me still sees that girl that had no friends, that didn't go on her first date until she was 25 years old, that stupidly gave up her virginity about 18 days after her first date because she felt like she had to make up for lost time because, I'm 25, come on, most girls lose it in their teen years. Do I want to be that much behind schedule? And I thought I loved the person that I gave it up to and whatever, and we were engaged a month after we met. Everything was on warp speed, and I hold no grudges against that person now, not that he'll ever see this. It felt like love at the time. So, in a perfect world, would the only person I ever had sex with have been my husband? Of course, but, them's the breaks. That's not generally how it works for most people, unless, your high school sweetheart or your middle school sweetheart, whatever, is, your first love and your only love. And, props to people who are that lucky and, stumble upon it on the first try. This wasn't about my sex life, but yeah, my sex life was never that active. I've technically only had sex with 3 men in my life, including my husband. And, yeah, I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. It just kind of came up, but we're oversharing as usual. So why not? Why not talk about that too? But, I didn't really, it's not that I didn't have opinions. I had very, 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 sorry, my nose is itchy, very strong opinions about everything from the time I was born, pretty much. I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn and pig-headed, and I definitely have incredibly passionate viewpoints on things, and I probably have forever. But it wasn't until really mid-20s, 30s that I started finally opening up about them a bit. And now at 46, I don't have a whole lot of fucks left to give. Like I said, I still go through the baseline of everybody hates me. So if people show me otherwise, I, eventually maybe believe them. And then sometimes I still don't. Which gets back to the topic of yesterday, that I need constant reassurance that I'm loved because I don't feel like I'm worthy of it. Part of me does. If I were to look at myself and say, okay, Carrie, let's analyze Carrie as if you weren't her. You are the first person to come running when a friend needs you. You will give someone the shirt off your back, even if it's the only fucking shirt you own, and then you have to show your fat, disgusting body to people and be cold. You'll do it because you put others above yourself. You are an incredibly patient and compassionate listener. You really, really, really deeply care for the people that you love, and even complete strangers. You can hear stories on TV or read stories on social media or whatever and just sit and bawl your eyes out over, so many different things because you do feel really deeply. for other people and empathize. Again, getting back to the empath thing. And I don't know if someone can define specifically what an empath means, because I know I am very empathetic, but I don't know if I am technically an empath. I mean, I'm not like Deanna Troi from, like, you know, Star Trek Next Generation. I don't like know what people are feeling just by being around them. I mean, maybe sometimes I kind of pick up on things like that. You know, I'll just get a general sense of, like, say I'm in the Dollar Tree and I'm looking at something, and you can just tell someone's having a shit day. So maybe you tell them, you know, hey, I really like your glasses, or, you know, oh, I have that candle myself. It's really great. You know, it's a good choice, or whatever. And you just talk to them and be friendly to them because you just feel like maybe they need that. Like, I have that sort of thing sometimes. And certainly with people I love, I tend to be pretty much on track with what they're going through, but not always, especially if, you know, they're not physically close to me at the time. But I found it so interesting to get 2 comments on that post where people, on that video rather, where people said, I am not a reach out person. I'm not. And it's not for the reasons I would have ever imagined. It's not because they don't care about, we'll say, me, although it's not directed specifically towards me, but it's not because they don't care about me. It's not because they don't love me. It's not because they're not concerned about me or they're not thinking about me. It's because, oh my God, newsflash, they assume that I'm getting enough love from elsewhere, or they feel like they would be a bother to me. And that's so funny because, I mean, I feel like that too. When I reach out to people, I always feel like, oh God, I'm bothering them. But I do it anyway because of my deep-seated need for approval and constant reassurance. So I take the chance because of me. And that's probably the wrong choice to make sometimes. But you know, at this point in my life, I'm open and willing to change, but it's incredibly difficult to. It's a battle I have with my husband a lot because he is a lot better at adapting, I guess, to things, and he has a certain way of living that works for him. And if that way doesn't work for me, he doesn't understand, like, why I can't apply those same techniques to my way of living. And he has the best intentions, and I know it's all out of pure love, but we butt heads sometimes because I can't necessarily follow his outline for living. It's, you know, we both suffer from mental illness, but his happens to be bipolar disorder. Mine is depression and anxiety. And I never really realized how very different those diseases are until kind of lately. And a lot of people I know that suffer from mental illness don't specifically say, I have this, I have that, you know. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm distracted because Bailey is on the hood of my car right now. I wish I could show you to her. She is the most gorgeous little black and white tuxedo cat that we have been feeding. She's feral, and the hood of my car is warm from driving, and it's cold outside, so she's literally laying on the hood of my car right now. All right, I'm going to try to show you her because she's really cute. I wish I could get her to come in the house, but I don't think she ever will. Let me see if I can show you her. Did I get her? Oh, I hope I'm getting her. Let's see if I tap on the glass. Will she look? There she is. Oh, I hope I'm getting her on camera. She's so sweet. But she doesn't want to come inside. So we've been feeding her for about 1.5 years now, and so do the next door neighbors. So I know at least she's getting good wholesome food, and we have like a little soft house outside for her, and so do the neighbors, so she has shelter and stuff. But I love this cat so much. I've only been able to touch her once in 1.5 years. But anyway, I just had to share that with you because I was just shit, I knew that was gonna happen. This holder sucks. I was distracted by kitty cat cuteness, so I had to share that with you guys. Hot mess video. I'm just trying to make sure I don't hit stop by mistake. Okay, I think we're good. But anywho, and now she's back off the car anyway. She may have heard that. But anyway, the point I was trying to make, and I'm going to make it quick, is that I was absolutely floored to see those 2 comments because it just never even, you know, struck my little blonde mind that there could actually be another reason why people aren't, you know, not overly, but don't respond to me necessarily as often as I crave. And it's not because I'm not loved, and it's not because I'm shit, and it's not because I'm not worthy, and it's not because I'm not appreciated. It's because they literally either feel like they're going to be bothering me, or they feel like I don't necessarily need that from them. Let me put it out there. I need it from all of you all the time. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. If it's to bitch and moan because your life is shit, if it's to just say I love you, if it's just to show me a funny meme or tell me a joke or tell me like a crazy story, do not ever hesitate to reach out to me if you feel so inclined. But also don't feel pressured to if you don't feel so inclined, because knowing that really changes my perspective, and it makes me aware that, once again, aware that not everybody believes the same things that I do, and not everybody feels the same, and not everybody processes the same as I do. Even if we are among the mentally ill, we all have our own ways of dealing with things. Even if our mental illnesses are the same, they're never the same. So we all have different ways of processing things. And if you're not among the mentally ill, then welcome to this channel. You're probably in the minority, but I don't know. We all tend to find our own eventually, I think. You know, my friend Jen Saska always says your vibe finds your tribe, and I definitely agree with that. For sure. It may take a while sometimes to happen, but eventually it does. And, or sorry, your vibe attracts your tribe. I think that's the quote she uses. It's not like her original quote, I don't think, but I attribute it to her because she uses it quite frequently, and she's very wise, and I love her. But, but yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you for the comments. And also thank you for the comments from those of you who do feel the same way as I do. That's super comforting as well, to know that I'm not alone in my neuroses and my paranoia and my constant need for more love and reassurance. That is equally comforting to me. So please keep commenting. Comment on this as well. It means a lot. It really does, especially when I shoot videos like this, because let's be real, it's easy to shoot a lip balm review video, and I will be doing those again, just so you know. If that's something you enjoy, God knows I still have a shit ton of lip balm, way more than any person ever should, and I'm really trying hard not to buy any anymore, because literally I have more than I could go through in my lifetime, and I'm still gifting some away to friends that are unused, and even used ones to a few people who are okay with that because they just scrape off the top layer or whatever. But I'm trying to do that in person, though, just to save myself the cost of shipping. So before you ask, oh my God, could you please send me some of your lip balm? If you're local to me, I would be more than happy to give you some. If I'm going to see you in the near future, I'm more than happy to give you some. I'm just really trying to just declutter, and the decluttering with the cost of shipping is kind of self-defeating at this point, and I apologize for that. Friend mails will be going out to some people soon, but unfortunately, fucking shipping, it just sucks. Like, I wish you were all in my neighborhood so I could just give you all the things all the time, because I have so much stuff to share. I just have way too many things, and that's a topic for another video that we'll get back to, because we've touched on that before too. But it's the point I was trying to get to there is that it's so much easier to shoot those videos than it is to shoot these sometimes. And when I get good feedback and I get a fair amount of views, and I find you guys tell me directly that these things resonate with you, that means so much to me. That's why I shoot this. I mean, partially it's a diary for myself. I do occasionally go back and watch my own videos just to see where I was on a particular day, and if I've progressed, and if I've pulled myself out of my slump. And I'm definitely in one today. I don't know. It's just story of my life, days that end in Y. It could happen for literally no reason, or the tiniest thing. Someone could look at me wrong, honk at me in traffic, whatever. The imagined slights I feel are constant, and that's more about me than anybody else, and something else I need to work on. But I'm going to keep this short. just wanted to, again, thank you so much for your feedback on the previous video. If you haven't watched it, please feel free to. If, you know, this topic resonates with you at all, I would really appreciate continued dialogue. And we can do that because by you leaving comments, I can then respond to your comments and we can actually have a discourse about these types of things, even though I'm the only one recording. So feel free. And if you don't want to discuss these things publicly, you're more than welcome to message me at my Persevering Star Facebook page or at Instagram. Or if we're friends on my personal Facebook page, there is always good too. If you have my cell number, feel free to text me. You know, if you call, chances are I won't answer, but that's a whole, again, another story for another day. But thank you so much, you guys, for making me feel like that was a worthwhile video to record. I'm really glad that it resonates with you guys as well, because I think it's something that a lot of people think about and we don't necessarily share with each other. And sometimes we just have no idea, you know, how other people feel, because we just see through tunnel vision. We see through our own perspective, and it's hard to necessarily know what someone else's is unless they tell you point blank. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. It is Friday. It's really windy AF here in New York. I want to take a walk and like be outside so badly, but it's too cold with this wind. And I don't know if you guys know this, but my beloved hammock broke. I had a hammock for like 15, 20 years that we got from Marlboro Points. Is anybody a Marlboro smoker? Do you guys all remember Marlboro Points? My father and my brother were Marlboro smokers for a while. By a while, I mean a long time, and used to be able to save these points from the packs of cigarettes and cash them in for prizes. And I got a hammock, and that hammock lasted for like 10 years. And I was like, fuck, I hate that people smoke because I worry about their health. But damn, that was a great hammock. And it finally fell apart like 2 years ago. And then last summer, my mom bought me one at Christmas tree shops. It was crap. It literally fell apart after one fucking summer. Like the rope was like coming unwound. So I'm like, fuck. Because laying on my hammock in my backyard under my patio is one of my favorite places to be. And I don't have a hammock anymore, so it really sucks. Because today, if it was a little bit warmer, I would still be just rocking in my hammock, probably with a glass of wine, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, or 2. But it's way too cold, and I don't have hammocks, so it's a moot point. But anyway, so I hope it's nicer than this where you are. It looks really pretty and sunny, but the wind is like crazy. Like I was running some errands and just poking around places just to occupy myself. And I literally felt like my car door was going to blow shut on my leg like 3 times. That's how strong the wind is. So I'm going to get in the house, try to do something productive. And, you know, but yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back soon with more stuff. Bye.